have a baby little tiny Serano pepper. So this one did not grow properly and I accidentally broke off the stem that this was growing on. So it cannot even get bigger if it tried because it was cut off from its source of nutrients. So, and then it got this spot on there from, you know, being out there. So I'm going to cut it open and I'm going to see if there's seeds in here yet. I don't know if it's matured enough to have seeds, but we're going to find out. And if there are seeds, I'm planting. Oh, there's a lot of seeds for this tiny little pepper. That's a lot of seeds. Look at all the seeds. Oh, if it'll focus. Okay, I'm going to scrape out the seeds, and then what we want to do is we want them to dry out. And then what I'm going to do, once they're dry, probably in the next day or two, I'm going to plant them each into little tiny little pods.
Where's my mac and cheese?
It's in the fridge. And then I'm going to try to start new Serano pepper plants from the seeds. So, let's see if we just scrape them out. This has a lot of seeds in here.
TikTok.
Yeah, don't mind the children. You are right in my light, girlfriend.
It's okay.
It's okay. I suppose it is. Oh, it's stuck to me. There we go. Get off of me, little seed. So this little pepper can't grow because I accidentally cut it. I cut the stalk off on accident when I was trying to clip it to a stick.
You want some?
He already had some.
What, mac and cheese?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll give her your bowl. So yeah, I was trying to clip it because it was starting to, you know, droop, and you want to make sure that they don't break off when they get too heavy. I got peppers on me, right? Hug you back there, dude. I think there's a couple more little pepper seeds right there. We want to get all of them. Yep. I'll probably post it to TikTok and YouTube. TikTok?
Yeah.
You have me on TikTok?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's my nephew. Is that one more seed right there? We gotta get all the goods out of here. I need to change my TikTok name. I don't like it, but because I have a TikTok shop, which I don't use right now, it won't let me change it until I do all these weird things, and I can't figure it out.
I know I have you followed, but I just can't find your account.
Oh. Okay. So I'm trying to separate the seeds. There's some clusters.
Wait, what's its name?
I have to look, bud. I don't remember. It's not under my name. It's... What is my TikTok? I don't know what my TikTok name is.
I found your sisters.
Hillary and Grace?
I found Grace.
Oh yeah, that's Grace. I'll have to look and see what my name is on there. I'm trying to get these broken up so that they dry out better. And then we'll plant a few seeds per pod, because you don't always get all of them to germinate and to grow. There, so that tiny little pepper produced all of these seeds. That is a lot of seeds. That's what came out of that tiny little pepper. Look at all those. And they are self-pollinating plants. So we don't need another Serano pepper plant to get this to germinate and to grow. They are self-pollinating. Now with self-pollinating, that doesn't mean you just let them go. They have to either have a wind source or you have to kind of shake them a little bit. Even if I do it in the grow tent, I do have like a breeze. I have a setup in there, and then I have a fan that's oscillating so it moves, and so it gives kind of a wind for that. So I'll probably start them in the greenhouse because that's where I put all my little plants, because then the wildlife outside doesn't get them, and because they don't need bees to germinate, I can do that. So, or pollinate, sorry. These do have to dry out, so probably give it 2 days just to be safe, make sure they're dried out. And then we will plant them, and then we will do an update if I can get them to grow. So we'll see where this journey takes us and if we can get them to grow. This plant, where the stalk broke, it actually was not, it was a pepper plant we got from a store. I think it was Fleet Farm, and it was started for us when we got it. It wasn't from seed, and we only got the one, and it didn't grow real big and bulky like they're supposed to. We're thinking it didn't get enough sun, so we moved it from one side of the house to the other, and actually that's when it started to really grow the pepper on there. So by me accidentally breaking it, it actually has new growth. So we're not sure if it's going to bring new peppers off of that. It's got new growth on several different parts of the stem, or whatever you call that, stalk, whatever. 'Cause it's not, it's still very, very, very small. It's probably like, it's very tiny. So I'm not sure we're going to get any other peppers yielded from that plant, or if it's going to really grow anything at all ever. But so maybe hopefully this will bring us something better. And maybe if we do it in the greenhouse, what I probably will do is move it from the greenhouse once they're bigger outside. But we're kind of getting into the late season to where it won't be outside long, you know. These don't have to be stratified, which means it doesn't have to go through the cold phase before planting them, as far as I know. But I've never done serrano peppers before, so I've only done bell peppers. And so we'll see. We'll see what we can get out of these guys. And there's, I mean, I can't really even count them. There's like, I don't know, probably 30 or so seeds here. Maybe some, 20, 30, something in there. I don't know. They're quite small, so out of that you would think something might come of it. So we will, I'm going to take a sticky note. What I usually do is take a sticky note and I write what they are on there and the day that I planted them, like the date, or the date that I put them on the paper towel or whatever. So I'm gonna write today's date, and then that way I know, okay, they've been sitting out for a day or two. Like this, I probably wouldn't need to write the date because I'm going to remember a day or two from now, like, oh, it's been sitting there for a day. I usually do that if I have to sit for a week or longer, so I can remember what day, because, you know, things get all jumbled up in this brain of mine sometimes, and I think of the wrong things. But I will write on a sticky note what these are, just so I don't confuse it with another type of pepper on accident or something silly, because, you know, things happen. So that's how I typically do it. I'm just going to leave it on my counter, let them dry out for a day or two. I'm going to write serrano pepper on it, and then we're going to plant them. And then I will do an update if I can get them to grow. So that is that. If you have any tips for me on how to grow these bad boys better and bulkier, let me know. Definitely comment. Or if you have any don'ts with these, like what not to do, that is also greatly appreciated, because I am learning. I'm learning a lot this year. I've planted a few gardens in my lifetime, but I've never done this many plants at one time, and this is my first year with a grow tent, which I call my greenhouse. So I am learning a lot about what needs to self-pollinate and what needs to have a pollinator, and what needs to have different species to pollinate. So apple trees are one that you have to have 2 different apple trees, apple seeds. You can't have 2 from the same apple. They have to be crossed with another apple, if that makes sense, to pollinate. And so my apple tree died, and I think it was for that reason, because I didn't think about that. So now I have those going again. But This guy here is supposed to be self-pollinating, does not need to be cold before you plant them. And I do believe they like a lot of sun, a lot of light. And then I did read that they have to be in well-draining soil. We usually, once they're big enough, we put them in a 5-gallon food safe bucket, and they have holes in the bottom, and then that way it doesn't rot the roots with too much water sitting. It can just drain out if it needs to. So all of our tomatoes and pepper plants are currently outside, and so the mama plant of this is still outside. Maybe I'll give an update on that when see if she does anything, if she sprouts any new peppers. So that's that. So like I said, if you have any tips or do's or don'ts about serrano peppers, please let me know. Thank you.